Because there's really only two problems that you have in Wi-Fi. Either you can't connect or the Wi-Fi sucks. And those are the only two problems you have with Wi-Fi.
Right.
But inside each one of those, there's a lot to unpack.
Hey, Drew.
How's it going?
Hey, man, it's good.
So it's like midnight or something.
Yeah, it's
and
late.
And we're hanging out in a restaurant. And we've got some toys with us, so why not shoot a video?
Let's do a video. You know, we enjoy doing these videos, and we bring them to the social media community purely for the enrichment of knowledge and best practices.
Yeah.
And so it's great to be able to have Drew on the Quick Bite crew.
Well, here I am. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing here is I get to bring out my toys whenever I get to come play with these guys. And tonight, what we're doing is a quick site survey of a fast food restaurant. And this is an Eka House sidekick. And what this allows me to do when it's coupled up with my iPad here and with a map, it allows me to walk around this place and show what the wireless signal looks like. So it shows you what the Wi-Fi coverage looks like. And as you've mentioned on your last couple episodes, Wi-Fi is not just important for the people inside the restaurant, but it's important for the staff, it's the guests,
That's
it's
right.
the operations.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you seeing? You just got back from NRF. I mean,
right.
what are you seeing in places like this?
Yeah, I think it really came down to the theme of NRF focusing on frictionless experiences. And so frictionless can take on multiple facets, one being, as Drew just said, the guest experience, which is foundational, but just as important as the back of the house, the operations, in a quick service restaurant, the drive-through. We've got so much technology now entering into the QSRs that are very much Wi-Fi dependent.
Yeah.
And so I think that was the trend, is that everyone is expecting it to be frictionless. They expect it to work. They're wanting it to be fast. The speed of technology is, an ever-present change, I like to say. Like, everyone wants things faster.
Yes.
They want everything to work
Immediately.
And immediately,
Yep.
and there's very little tolerance anymore for when it doesn't. I mean, if I watch my children when they don't get to watch a movie because the Wi-Fi is not good and they can't stream something on their iPad,
Yeah.
it's like meltdown mode.
Well, it's the same for me. Mom and dad don't get to eat. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
And I know, I've had tons of conversations about limiting the use of technology at the table and whatnot. But sometimes, at the end of the meal, if the kid's done eating and you're ready for a meal,
That's right.
sometimes it doesn't hurt to throw a little
That's right.
NBC Universal content
Hey, Peacock.
in front of the kids.
Let me ask you a question, Drew. You're the Wi-Fi expert. So once you have it optimized and you have this, it analyzed, is there potential for it to change? Can it get out of spectrum? Can something fluctuate? Is this an ongoing kind of health check, like
It
a routine
absolutely
maintenance?
is.
Almost like going to the dentist to get your teeth cleaned.
Yep, it really is. And I think the thing that changes, right, is in a typical restaurant environment, and if you think about how, no one had tablets before, no one had little kiosks on the table, no one had all the amount of IoT devices that are in these restaurants. No one had that previously. And with every new device, it increases the noise floor, which increases your vulnerability to interference or to the network not working the way that it's supposed to, or one thing or another. So keeping an eye on it, keeping tabs on it is really important, because you want to make sure that guest experience doesn't change. You want to make sure that the sensors in the back of the house are still doing what they're supposed to doing, reporting the data, recording the data, uploading the data, making sure that the operation is running the way that it's supposed to. So you need to continually monitor that, because there's really only two problems that you have in Wi-Fi. Either you can't connect or the Wi-Fi sucks. And those are the only two problems you have with Wi-Fi.
Right.
But inside each one of those, there's a lot to unpack, right? And the Wi-Fi, sucking is the most common issue. And really understanding why that is because of your placement of access points, is it because you have old hardware that you need to update? Is it because you're not supporting new client devices? What is it that's happening?
No, that's fantastic, Drew. And I really believe, if you look at the ringing of the register, which is what every restaurant operator is wanting to do, they want to serve their guests, they want to retain their employees, they want to grow their business. And in today's digital economy, in today's digital restaurant marketplace, I mean, that Wi-Fi has just become as essential as the power and the water,
I agree. It's really hard to run a cable out to the drive-thru. So
That's
anyway,
true.
well, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it, and hope to see you guys again soon.
Hey, thanks for checking out this Quick Bite.